I'm Elizabeth Kinrade, or known by my stage name Lilibet, and I'm going to be playing Sarabande in A World Divided, which is very exciting.
Yeah, and then what attracted you to the project?
So Chris was actually my music teacher, and I've known him for years now. And in I think one of our sessions, this was years ago. He got me to sing one, "If Only You Were Here." Just because we were looking for a fun song to sing, and he said, "Okay, well, I've written this one for my musical." I knew that he was writing one, but it was in its early stages, and he gave me the song to sing, and I remember just falling in love with the song at the time. And I think I was 15. It didn't really, it was nothing massive at the time, and so when he said, "Oh, I'm going to really try and focus on this musical now, would you like to be a part of it?" I already had that connection, that kind of bond with Sarabande, I suppose. So I was like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, what's the process like? I know obviously you're not performing it till April. What's the process like now when you kind of in that early stages kind of building it, I suppose?
um yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy journey over the past few years as well. It's what started off as kind of a small group of volunteers, just doing it as a fun side project, has turned into a massive kind of career, and this massive, it's kind of its own culture now. It's amazing, and it's amazing to see everybody that they've taken on board since, and the team is just expanding by the day, which is incredible. And now that rehearsals have kicked in every week, they're getting a little bit more intense. It's really something, and it's terrifying, but it's amazing.
And is the kind of then the freedom when you are creating the kind of a new role like this, kind of when you're in a show that's new compared to obviously if you were doing something that was long runner?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot more pressure to create something, and to put something out there that people haven't heard before. But also, I think it's really beautiful that it's the first time people are going to be hearing and seeing it, and I think there is no expectation, I suppose, which makes it a little bit nicer going in, apart from what we kind of give out to them beforehand. But I think it's going to be amazing. So I'm really excited. I'm really excited for people to fall in love with the musical the way I did, because it's great.
Yes. What has been your kind of favourite part of the process so far?
I really I've really enjoyed learning the songs, and just watching Chris write the songs. It's like they're already written in his mind, and so he'll start to write it, and say, "Oh, can you sing this bit? Can you," like, he'll have like a little chorus down, and then he'll go off, and it doesn't matter where he is. I think he wrote some when he was sat down having a drink in the pub or something like that, on a napkin, and seeing that kind of flow out of him, and then seeing the end product and being a part of that, seeing it in its early stages, and then seeing it as it is now with a massive cast around it. It's epic. It's really incredible.
And as you kind of touched on kind of how it started, the kind of like everyone was volunteers and using kind of local artists, that kind of helped make it kind of feel like a team, I suppose.
Yeah, but we're all really close, actually, especially kind of the core. So the core cast, it was just us at first. There wasn't really an ensemble, because it was all volunteer based, and it was still in its really early stages. So we all became really good friends. So we're all a really good circle. But now that the ensemble has been introduced, it just feels like a huge family, which is, yeah, it's really cool. And everybody that's been introduced and is now on board is just great. So everybody has this great bond, that we've had since the beginning, but now it's just grown into this solid team.
Yes. What would you want an audience member to take away from seeing the show?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the songs need to be stuck in their head.
Yeah.
I think seeing a show and it inspiring you to be in the theatre is always a really cool thing. I remember going to theatre productions when I was younger and thinking, oh my God, I'd love to be doing that. And there was a time where I didn't think I would be getting the chance to do that. And yeah, I'm quite surprised that this is where I am now, but I'm loving it. And it's so cool. And I'm just thinking, I always think back to when I was, I don't know, 14, 15, and seeing theatre shows and being like, oh my God, I'd love to do that, but I just don't know how. And that kind of inspiration, I think, is a really special thing. I think also the costumes. So my mum's actually the costume designer, and she is just amazing. And she's kind of come up with all these. So the Westonians have this steampunk vibe, and that the Caledonians are all kind of Celtic and like knots and animal hides and things. And I think it's really cool to kind of have that that culture, I suppose, within the musical. And it would be cool to inspire like the fashion of the next few years based on things like that. So I think that's probably something that would be really cool too.
Yeah, and I guess it's taking a chance on a new show as well, isn't it? Kind of go and take the chance and go and see it. That's what people need to do, don't they? Kind of people
exactly
should.
Yeah, and I think for those kinds of people that have literally just booked tickets on a whim, I'll see it because it's new and I like doing that, and then coming out of it and thinking, wow, I'm so glad I booked those tickets. I'm really glad that I came to see A World Divided. I'd love to see it again, and I'm going to tell everyone to go and see it. I think that's the best outcome.
Yes, it is the best outcome. Here's the pressure question, though. Can you describe the show in 3 words?
Okay. Wow. I think everybody would probably agree with epic.
Yeah.
Heartwarming. You meet some really lovable characters along the way, and adventurous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that the Sarabande goes on so many adventures along the way, and it's just packed full of action. There's all sorts. You meet the Kesh and Scab, who's great, and it's interesting. It's creative. It's unique. Maybe that's a better word than adventurous. I would say unique, because I don't think there's been a story quite like this in musical theatre, and it's all come out of Chris's brain. So I don't know how he does it, but it's pretty special. So yeah, epic, heartwarming, and unique.
Yes, amazing. I ask this question to everyone I interview. What does theatre and performing mean to you?
Me, wow, it's amazing. So I'm a singer-songwriter, and I kind of write my own things and record and do bits like that. But nothing beats the feeling of being on a stage. And when I was in school and doing all the school productions, I just remember getting this buzz and having a live audience there that you can't actually, like, it's better when you can't see their faces, I think. Because it adds to the excitement and you can really get into the role. And having such a massive space like a stage is just amazing. And it is, you can't describe the feeling that it gives to you. And every time I'm on stage, I remember that feeling. So there aren't any words to do it justice for me, but it's pretty cool.
Brilliant. And to wrap it all up, I mean, you've said it all brilliantly so far, but why should anyone out there who hasn't booked yet book a ticket?
Well, you'll fall in love with the characters. You'll fall in love with the storyline. You'll fall in love with the songs. Why not? Why not get a piece of the action? And to be honest, tickets are selling out quite fast. So, I mean, it's better to book them now and avoid disappointment, because I think you will be disappointed if you miss out on watching World Divided.
Yes, superbly put. And Well Divided is on Milton Keynes Theatre on the 17th of April and the Aylesbury Waterside on the 26th of May. And hopefully